Hi everybody, welcome to episode 3 of our Hidden Strength podcast. I am super excited for this one. We have Linsey here today and she is the reason why we do Hidden Strength. She's the CEO and founder. She's absolutely incredible, such a beautiful soul inside and out, and I can't wait for you guys to hear her story. She's battled bullying in school, anorexia, grief, and she's still one of the most positive people I've ever met. So enjoy guys, this is Linsey. Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of our Hidden Strength podcast. I am joined today by the beautiful Linsey, the CEO of the reason why we are here today. How are you?
Good, thank you. A bit nervous,
Don't
but
be so silly.
Honoured to be here with you.
Good. I'm excited for the viewers, listeners to get to know you and why we are here doing this podcast, doing this app. Are you happy with how everything's going so far?
Yeah, it's going really well. It's been really well received. The app goes live any day now.
Amazing. Have the sign-ups been good?
Yeah, so far, really good. Really well received.
Well, I've had a little dig around it through as well, and it looks so incredible, and I think it's going to be such a amazing platform for the younger generation. And yeah, tell us a bit why you started the app and what was the reasoning as to why you wanted to kick it all off, I guess.
I guess a number of reasons. I was bullied at school.
Yeah.
It was a really difficult time, and I'm now a mum.
Yeah.
And my daughter's 10.
Does it make you worry?
Oh God, just so much.
Scary world.
It really is. And with social media, there's no, it's relentless. And I just worry about, the world she's going into. She's asking about social media now. And I just think if social media was around when I was at school, I would have really struggled because there's no
cut off, is there? No. You might leave the school gates, but then you go home and it's all still going on.
It's constant, 24/7.
You see so much in the media now of kids like that are committing suicide at like 8.
Yeah.
How do they even know why? Like how?
I know.
Personally, I never had that in school. Like kids get bullied, but like nothing like that was happening.
Social media is a really funny place. I think, I've got so many friends that are hugely successful because of social media, and I'm not here to bash social media. I just think the way sometimes the platform works with algorithms and things like that, it can be a bit of a dark, not very nice world for young kids and young people. Yeah. And I think one of the reasons that really sparked Hidden Strength was I have a friend that was an influencer, and I sat with her one day, and she had just got all this abuse after a post, and I just said to her, how do you cope with that? Like, how do you switch off? Because the things these people were saying, they'd never met her in her life. And I was just
I've never once in my life felt that I needed to abuse somebody online if I didn't like what they posted. You just hit unfollow. And then I got home and I looked at Vari Gray and I thought, oh my God, you're about to go into that world. Yeah. There's nowhere for them to talk to. There's nowhere for them to reach out and get help. Yeah. And I think there's some amazing charities out there. We would love to work with some of the big charities going forward, but kids, young people need the help to come to them rather than us to expect them to come to us and ask for help. They're not going to do that nowadays. Yeah, agreed. They live in this tech world. They live in this kind of, immersive platform of online, and they're almost keyboard warriors. They're kind of so much more confident in chat, but to talk to in person, they've not got the confidence. So we need to go to them to ask them if they want help. It's real sad. Like, I'm terrified for my nephew to grow up. He's only 5, and I'm already like, I need to work harder to put you into a private school, or I'll homeschool you, because I just don't want him to go to like these crazy places. Like, you see so many like stabbings and stuff in schools now, and it's just where have the kids got to go to remain positive? Like they've only got this toxic world to live in. Yeah. And like some of my friends' kids, they are pros at TikTok, and I don't even know how to get my head around it. And these kids are making all these crazy videos, and it's like they're 7, 8. It's like, where is it going to go?
I know. It's crazy how everything's changed so much with social media, and there isn't. I'd love to work alongside social media so that we can support the platforms, so that those that are struggling on it have a way of getting help, because they really need it. Part of the platform, part of the app is the wellness side, because I feel really strongly that we should give the young people tools to really help themselves, their own mental well-being. Because if you help them with that, it kind of almost helps them with their mental health as well.
Well, I feel like it's getting to a point now where it's so more accepted to talk about how you feel, whereas maybe when we were younger in school, it wasn't really something that was spoken about. Like, no. For my friends only finding out now that I had an eating disorder battle when I was young.
Same.
Nobody knew. It was not like anything. It was kind of like you just felt ashamed to admit that there was a battle going on.
My dad really struggled with it when I was first diagnosed. That people
don't get it.
He couldn't understand it. He was like, I don't understand what's wrong. Why can't you eat?
Yeah,
I was like, it's nothing to do with food, Dad.
Yeah, it's not like eating disorders are such an illness. Like they don't ever leave you. They don't.
That's what I say to everybody.
They don't ever go, I think it's something that you battle with for the rest of your life.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's so nice now that there's so many more girls, especially. 'Cause I think it is a more female-dominated thing, I guess, with the pressures of the way the world is. So many more girls are speaking up about it as well, and it was obviously so nice to have Bianca talk and be so open about it. And I guess with press nowadays, you have the surgery aspect of things, and I'm happy to admit that I've got bloody Botox, but that's due to me feeling the pressures of the world.
Same.
That's
and
not
I'm not even in the public eye.
Exactly, but it's how you look online and you see all these beautiful women, and it's like that. It's all edited though.
I know, and that's social media again. Like, I keep trying to explain to my daughter and my nieces that what you see online isn't real. These posts are I call it the Kardashian Effect. By the way, the Kardashians are amazing, and what they've done is fantastic.
I agree. I idolise them, but it is true. They created a monster.
Yeah, because they take 150 photos and edit them and filter them and then put it up, and people are making direct comparisons, and I do it. I find myself coming off
I still don't know if their bodies are real.
No.
It's like one of the biggest unanswered questions in the world. Like, are the Kardashians' bums real? Like, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I never know with that one.
It was really nice to watch. I don't know if you've seen Paris Hilton's documentary as well. Yeah. She was like the original reality star that blew to fame and really created this online influencer lifestyle. And in the interview, they directly asked her, like, do you feel responsible for this world? And she was like, yes, it's why I struggle so much now, because I feel like I'm the reason as to why the world is the way it is. And that was like, watching that was really, really struck.
Yeah, it did.
Talk to me about your bullying in school. How did you process that? What happened, if you don't mind me asking?
It's always friends, isn't it? You always struggle with friends. And I guess I've always struggled with my confidence, and it was always, she's blonde, she's stupid, and it was always taking the mickey out of me.
Not, you're the CEO of a business, so who's laughing now?
I like that one. But it was always, oh, don't ask her, she's thick, she's stupid. It was relentless, like every day. It was constant. And then I just couldn't take it anymore. And my bubble almost burst. And that's when my eating disorder kicked in. And at 17, diagnosed with anorexia. And it kind of, it was such a struggle, because I felt like I let my dad down and let my family down, but my mum was an amazing support. She was like fantastic. She was always there for me. And then my dad got sick and passed away when I was 23. So I just managed to get recovered, and then it kind of knocked me sideways again. Yeah. So I don't think I've ever like you. I think mine has never left me. I spend ups and downs constantly. I feel like every day is a bit of a battle with it. And I feel so paranoid now, because I've got a daughter and I have a son, but watching her, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope I don't worry you're
gonna pass it on. Yeah. I know it was the same for me. My mum had bad eating problems when she was younger, and I don't know. I think sometimes it can be genetic. Like, I've done so much research on it. Yeah. And I think you don't worry about that, because if it happens, it happens. Like, she's going to have you to get her through it, So, like, for me, I had to be admitted into like a residential hospital for like 4 months, I think, and that is I think why I struggle so much now, because I never really processed it. I came out, went straight into the DJ world, and it was like I never really sat back and was like, what have you just been through? Because I was in there with a lot more extreme cases of girls that were like 4, 5 stone, like couldn't even lift themselves out of bed, and that was kind of I'm bulimic, so I don't have this sort of starving aspect of it. Mine is more like binging and purging, so then I'll be sick as well. And it has returned. I think the lockdown has really
100%.
Yeah,
the first lockdown, oh my god, I really felt like it was probably one of my worst times. Was the first lockdown, and I hadn't been that bad since I struggled in pregnancy, actually, really badly. That was the worst.
I bet.
Probably one of my worst times, actually, even from when I was at my lowest point, because I was completely out of control of the way that my body was physically changing.
Yeah.
My head and heart were saying two different things, and I wanted to be and I wanted to be a good mum and make sure that the baby, but then like physically watching yourself change and not be able to control it, it was awful. But then the first lockdown, and you know, like having to have food ready and with the kids and being at home, and we didn't go and buy 50 million loo rolls, but we did kind of get enough food just in case.
Yeah.
And being surrounded with food all the time,
and no gyms. No gyms. You can't even buy exercise equipment online because everyone's got it already.
Yeah. And then I went the other way and was exercising like 2-3 times a day just to keep myself going, getting through each day.
Yeah.
So it was a crappy time.
There's a big feature. I know the James and Tom, they do all the exercise stuff, and I feel like that's going to be a great aspect for the app, and
absolutely
encouraging kids to get into that, because I know when I was younger it wasn't really something that you don't learn that in school, do you? No. You don't learn how to cope, like financially, mentally, like you don't learn anything in schools. And I think, like I've seen on the socials that you guys are posting like finance stuff, about how to manage like student loans and stuff. And I feel like if I still struggle managing money now, like nobody taught me how to get a mortgage, how to save money for bills and lecture. I didn't even know what council tax was. So I wish like this app, I think, is going to be great for that, because they don't teach you that in schools.
No, and I think there's so many parts of life that we want to cover on the app, because it can really all aid like any mental health issues, you know, like debt and student debt and things like that, all have such triggers for people. So if we can support them on a kind of life, you know, education, we think it's really important. Nutrition and things like that. With the exercise, I have found that exercise is kind of one of the things that have helped me through many of the dark times.
It releases the most endorphins ever. Like you feel so good. Yes, it's very hard to get to that gym when you're feeling rubbish, but once you're there and afterwards, you feel so good. It's like the best natural high ever. Like it's amazing.
That's why we really push the wellness side of the app. Yes, the therapy side is going to be brilliant, because it'll be there for the children and the young people 24/7. But the wellness side, we feel really strongly about, because we think it can really make a difference to those that are borderline mental health issues or kind of things like that. It will give them the confidence back.
Yeah, I think now it's like where are these kids going to go? Like what are they going to do with themselves? Like, would you, if you had any advice for like your younger self, if you could look back, what would you have told yourself to do differently, if there was anything?
Oh God.
Be brave. The world is not as bad.
I think be brave. There's always good that comes out of bad. When I lost my dad, I started a business to support my mum and sister, and that was fantastic. I had, you know, I never thought I'd end up doing something like that, and I created, you know, a business that supported my family. I just think telling myself that no matter how hard it gets, around the corner there's something really good.
Amazing. I think you are living proof of that. Like, and honestly, thank you so much for getting me involved. Like, you guys came at the right time for me. Like, I really needed to get my teeth stuck into something positive. And
no, you've been amazing. Honestly, I'm honoured to be interviewed by you.
Don't be so silly.
And my mum thinks you're amazing.
Big up, mum. Big up, mum. Thank you for chatting to me, and I can't wait to see the future of Hidden Strength and what we can achieve together.
Thank you.
Lots of love.
And